Premium confectionery continues to make headway as it's deemed as an attainable luxury. Thus, for this culturalization assignment in luxury brand management, Team 5 will be looking into Lady M, a notable luxury cake brand, and developing a strategy for its entry into the Mexican market. Lady M was founded in New York in 2001. It's built around its signature 20-layer milk crepe. The brand's identity is rooted in marrying French pastry techniques with Japanese sensibility. Visually, the brand presents itself as refined and minimalistic, with navy blue and white aesthetics. Today, Lady M operates about 40 stores globally, relying on a licensing model strategy where they grant local operators access to the Lady M brand name while being responsible for day to day operations. Lady M has also been known for seasonal flavor drops that are relevant to the target market's culture, such as their Lunar New Year gift sets. However, it's worth noting that Lady M has yet to explore Latin America. That gap is exactly where we see opportunity. Mexico's luxury goods market was valued at 3.53 billion in 2026, with particular strength in Mexico City, specifically Polanco, where affluent consumers already seek out premium immersive retail experiences. But entering Mexico can't just mean opening a store. Closing the culture gap means going beyond seasonal flavor drops and actually building local flavor preferences into the core menu and developing visual and marketing strategies that generally resonate with the Mexican consumers. This visual mood board presents a glimpse of the visual representation for how Lady M's entry into the Mexican market could look like. We're keeping Lady M's signature blue, but grounding it in a Mexican color story, using cadmium yellow, terracotta, and oat tones, pulled straight from Polanco's architecture and marigold imagery. We are also proposing for product lines to lean more towards local traditions. The next few slides will dive deeper into our culturalization and brand activation strategy.
Today, luxury isn't just about owning something beautiful. It's about belonging, connection, and meaning. Consumers increasingly seek experiences and identities, not simply products. That became our biggest insight. Lady M doesn't need to become more Mexican. It needs to understand what luxury means in Mexico. In Mexico, luxury is experienced around a table. The moments we value most are shared with family and friends, where desserts become symbols of generosity, love, and togetherness. Lady M's milk crepes shouldn't be positioned as an individual indulgence. It should become the centerpiece of shared rituals. Our second insight came from Mexico's bakery culture. From the neighborhood panaderia to pan de muerto, every dessert carries history, craftsmanship, and collective memory. That's when we realized something. Every Lady M cake is built on layers, and so is every Mexican story. The milk crepes becomes more than a cake. It becomes a metaphor for a culture built layer by layer. Finally, authenticity in Mexico isn't created through symbols, it's earned through participation. Instead of borrowing Mexican culture, Lady M should build it alongside local artisans and pastry chefs, creating experiences rooted in collaboration rather than decoration. Together, these three insights shape every decision behind our strategy. We didn't adapt the product, we reimagined the meaning it could have. That's how Lady M moves beyond localization and achieves true culturalization.
This is where it all comes together. El Mercado Lady M is an 11-day pop-up in Polanco running October 25th through November 5th, time to bracket Dia de los Muertos. The exterior is inspired by Colonia Roma architecture, warm cream walls, black steel arched windows, with fresh marigolds cascading the entrance. Replaced daily since marigolds are believed to guide spirits home during the holidays. Inside, we move away from a typical retail floor and build an actual mercado. Wooden stalls, string lights, gold lettering on dark signage, and at the center is an ofrenda honoring legendary Mexican reposteras, the woman who shaped Mexican pastry traditions. The music throughout the space was made with real Mexican musicians, shifting from San Jarocho early on to marimba and jaranas as the holiday approaches. And the gesture that makes this permanent, whichever flavor guests love most, gets added to Lady M's global menu in every city going forward. Three pillars hold this together. Cada capa una historia, which means every layer a story, connects the actual structure of the Mille crepes to how layered Mexican identity is, with indigenous, Spanish, African influences building on each other for centuries. Our tagline, Tres Mujeres, 20 Capas, Mil Años de Sabor, does a lot in one line. It names our three chefs, roots the products in Mexican culinary history, and ties the cake structure to the culture itself. And underneath all of it is Hecho con Mexico, no para Mexico. Made with Mexico, not for Mexico. That's the line that separates a brand that's genuinely listening from one that's actually just showing up. Alongside the pop up, we're releasing three short films called Las Capas, one a week for 3 weeks leading up to the opening. The first introduces our three chefs and what it meant for each of them to bring their craft into conversation with Lady M's tradition. The second goes into where the ingredients actually come from, like cacao farming traditions going back generations in Oaxaca, and vanilla that the Totonac community in Paplanta still hand pollinates flowers by flowers, the same way they have for centuries. And these aren't just flavors, they're living connection to Mexico's agriculture and cultural heritage. The third film ties it together by explaining why we chose Dia de los Muertos, the spiritual weight of the remembrance, food as offering, and how that mirrors the craftsmanships behind every Lady M creation.
Las Capas comes to life through Lady M partnering with three of Mexico's most celebrated women chefs, each chef bringing a different perspective on Mexican food and culture. Starting with Elena, she's known for her elegant and seasonal approach to cooking. She lets high quality ingredients shine, making her a natural fit for flavors like ate con queso and maíz dulce, where simple traditional ingredients are elevated through refinement. Then we have Daniela Soto, who represents a more modern and playful side of Mexico cuisine. Inspired by childhood memories, her Carlota de Limon reimagines this nostalgic dessert. Then finally, we have Marta Ortiz, who is recognized for using food to tell stories about Mexican history, identity, and tradition. Her miel de agave and chocoflan celebrate iconic desserts while preserving memories and cultural significance behind them. Together, these chefs transform familiar regional flavors into five unique cakes, each dessert offering a different perspective on Mexico and, more importantly, inviting guests to discover its culture one layer at a time.
To measure success, we're not only looking at foot traffic or social media attention. Those show awareness but not cultural relevance. Our first KPI is occasion conversion, whether visitors move from curiosity to celebration purchases. We will track a 65% purchase conversion rate and a 10% whole cake pre order rate, showing whether Lady M is entering birthdays, family gatherings, holidays, and gifting occasions. Our second KPI is relationship conversion, whether the pop up creates loyalty after it ends. We will track 1,400 qualified CRM leads and a 30% repeat buyer conversion rate, showing whether one cultural moment becomes future whole cake purchases and long term value. Success is not Mexico visiting Lady M once. Success is Mexico choosing Lady M again. On behalf of Team 5, we would like to thank you for your time and your attention.